University of Nevada. And here it is. The women's volleyball team there reportedly upset after the school committed them to face off against San Jose State. Why? Well, that is a team that has a transgender player or a biological male on the team, all without their knowledge or consent.
Our national correspondent Christina Thompson has been following the story. She joins us now live with the details. Christina, good morning.
Good morning. Well, several women's volleyball teams at different colleges and universities within that area, they're now canceling their matches against San Jose State as their roster does include a transgender redshirt senior, Blair Fleming. Now, players on Nevada's volleyball team are the latest in the line of forfeits, announcing their plans to throw their October 26th match. The University of Nevada women's volleyball team issuing this statement after the decision to forfeit, saying, quote, "We demand that our right to safety and fair competition on the court be upheld. We refuse to participate in any match that advances injustice against female athletes." But their own university, it's not backing the women up. They issued their own statement saying, quote, "The player's decision does not represent the position of the university, and the school is now trying to force the women to go through with the match." Now, meanwhile, as Election Day approaches, Democratic Senators Sherrod Brown, John Tester, and Tammy Baldwin, they are all under fire for their votes to allow transgender athletes in women's sports in the first place across the country. And this is starting to dub this as a sleeper issue in the 2024 presidential election. Sean, Emma?
Yeah, that was the Wall Street Journal just did an op-ed on that, actually, the transgender issue being a sleeper issue, transgender sports, biological men playing in female sports.
Yeah, it's not a sleeper issue if you're a parent and your daughter is in that position, like some of these young collegiate athletes are, where they're forced to go up against a biological male athlete who could be spiking a volleyball in their face, or forced to change in a locker room and sharing that private space. But Christina, do we know what's next for the women on the University of Nevada's team? I mean, it sounds like their university doesn't support their protest effort.
It doesn't, and there's been, a big back and forth over the past few days with the university saying they will play, the women continuing to say, no, we won't. Emma, I don't know about you if you ever played volleyball. I did, and I've been spiked in the face by a biological woman before, and that hurt, almost broke my nose. I mean, I can't imagine being spiked in the face by someone who is a biological man. And in their statement, they mention the issue of safety, right? Mm-hmm. What could happen if someone gets hit really hard in the head? I mean, that's something to think about, right? It could be dangerous.
Yeah, it's not even a hypothetical. I know we've spoken with a young woman who played high school volleyball. I believe it was in North Carolina, and she was facing off, her team faced off against a team with a biological man, and she was on the receiving end of the spike and faced a long recovery period. I don't even know if she's fully recovered from the impact of the spike. So to your point, Christina, it can be dangerous, of course, when you're put into these positions. I'll be curious to follow this story. Thanks so much for bringing our viewers the attention to it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
The other section of that story, the other element of that story is the University of Nevada and their stance not supporting the women on their own volleyball team. They came out and what I'm sure is a difficult moment, especially in this political turmoil that you have here, to heighten political awareness, if you will, to speak out against something that would put them right here of us in this conversation on national television. And the school's not supporting them. The school had to choose a side. The school could have said, well, we support our women here, and we don't think this is necessarily the safest space for women to play in here at the University of Nevada. They said, no, this not only do we not support that, that doesn't support the university's views. So will there be backlash on that? We saw it again with the encampments on several different campuses about supporting pro-Palestinian efforts, death to America, death to Israel, from the river to the sea, not leaving the campuses. We've seen the schools get behind that, and then they have to retract statements, or then you have chancellors stepping down from schools. Is this one of those watershed moments?
Well, these ladies either have scholarships to play on the team, or they're paying tuition to attend this university. And you know what you can do is you can decide, I'm going to go somewhere else, to a place that supports my view and my protection for myself when you don't want to be put in that situation. You join the women's team, you're anticipating you'll be playing women.